son's in Utah.
Oh, is he? Where?
Yeah,
We used to live in Logan.
Mo-
Oh, he's in
Mo-
southern Moab.
yeah,
southern Utah.
he, 5-hour flight and then 5 hours in traffic because of a mudslide. The main road was shut off.
Yeah, it's, you get down in there this time of year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we lived all the way to the other end of the state, almost in Idaho. It's neat down there. He'll like it once he gets to where he's
He's going to some of the national
Yeah,
parks there.
Zion
And then he's,
Bryce
and
Canyon.
then he's gonna end up in Las
Yeah,
Vegas
you're
for
gonna
4th of
take-
July.
Yeah, take it over to Vegas there, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not a bad ride.
No, he's with another, they're with another couple.
Oh, cool.
Okay, and they have kids the same age as his kids. And they rented a 12-passenger van so that they
neat.
would have enough room
Yeah.
plus luggage and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun out there. Usually the traffic isn't like that. I mean, usually you zoom through.
I know they've been having a lot of rain and mudslides out there, so.
And when it's a mudslide out there, it's coming down from like 8,000 feet, so it's a pretty hefty storm.
Right.
And
There's our buddy.
yeah,
And, you know, he said the apartment, the properties he owns out there, excuse my expression, but shit
I
holes.
was over there the other day looking at it just to see.
So he owns that little
Yeah.
complex there. It's not up, it's not kept up. His property's not even kept up. And he expects us to.
I just see that being it'll be interesting to see how this thing sells out. These guys.
Well, you know, the thing is, they offered to do it the right way.
Right.
Okay, and they were willing to buy his half. But he wouldn't even give him a number. So there, what he was doing, he was looking at the development, figuring, hey, he's getting all kinds of money, so what I Reed got him nothing.
The only thing I'm opposed to is us being on board because I've seen them do 20 feet.
Right.
Because what harm would ever do that? So I may actually turn that out tonight.
Yeah, so the issue there is, from my understanding, is they had to move a very expensive electric pole, and also they had to do some type of change to the drainage. It was a big deal.
And it's like, what is it? It's like $15 million. You know, $50,000.
Yeah, yeah,
Just, I may voice that as a.
sure, sure.
As a concern.
Yes, I can understand that.
Then you can hit me.
No, that's, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I know.
And, yeah, and it's not that I don't agree with it.
I know.
It's just,
You've been through this.
it was redevelopment, I went through all these old stuff. Yeah, it was gonna end up costing,
Welcome, everyone. This meeting is called to order. Please rise for the flag salute.
That's a lot.
No, he's family in town.
Geez, I run grandkids all week.
May I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Habercorn.
Present.
Councilmember Owen.
Here.
Councilmember DePamphlis.
Here.
Councilmember McCary.
Here.
Councilmember McGuigan.
Here.
Councilmember Dill.
Here.
Council President Johnston.
Here. Also present is Administrator Frost, City Clerk Heath, City Solicitor Smith, and City Engineer Snyder. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. The agenda for this meeting is posted in City Hall and on the city's website, summerspointgov.org. Okay, hello, everyone. We did plan on a special presentation for the winners of the 8th grade poet contest, but I guess they've already started their summer vacation, so they'll be here in the fall to.
Okay.
Anyone have any communications to offer? Hearing none. The mayor is not with us tonight, but he's fine. He's had a family obligation, so that always comes first. Mr. Frost, do you have anything? Mr. Smith?
We have an application, let's see, I thought we were gonna have it actually put on the agenda. We have an application for a 5-year tax abatement for a residential property over here on Second and Second in New Jersey. Falls under our ordinances. They filled out the paperwork, they meet the requirement before I prepare. I don't need to prepare anything, because the way our ordinance reads, our assessor or council can approve this, but we have a new assessor, she felt that it was prudent that I presented to council first. If there was any objections to giving them a 5-year abatement under under our ordinance, where they pay a portion of the taxes each year going forward. We passed these ordinances back in 2015, the height of the foreclosure. This was something to have people, one of the sections, have people renovate, reconstruct certain portions of their property, and actually deals with new construction also for residential. So I just need a straw vote on this to give the assessor some guidance on this.
Was this applied for after the fact?
The statute actually says you're supposed to do it within 30 days of the CO. I don't believe people have the CO yet. But our ordinance is a little different, and I looked around at some of the other ordinances, and our ordinance is different than most towns, where we actually say that they're supposed to have brought the application prior to the construction. But because the statute's written a certain way, I think people believe they're following the statute, and that's why we end up, this is the third or fourth one that we've been involved in the last 2 years, where
Yeah.
the construction occurs, they file the application, and then, and that was one of the things that our assessor, Jen Dow, had indicated. She didn't understand why our ordinance said they were qualified first, but I guess it was, I don't know why we did it. I was on council at that time, and I couldn't tell you.
Right.
You were on
Sure.
council.
So-
I don't know if Sean McGuigan was, but.
So,
I can't remember. What is the added assessed value? Do you know that, or?
I don't know what the added assessed, the increase, the cost of construction was 300,000. Our current ratio is, it's 0, it's just land there.
Yeah.
So our ratio is about 67%. So just assuming that $300,000 is necessarily the value of the improvement, it would be 67%, about that, so about 200,000.
is that what the value's based on, the construction cost and not the market value?
Well, no, but that's one of the ways you can look at the value.
Right, okay. So in my understanding of doing tax abatements is it's an incentive to get something that can't be built unless you give them some kind of a incentive to do it. It's to promote development, and I know, I guess I just have a hard time with the fact that it's already done.
That's what the statute actually
Right.
calls for, how it's.
Right.
We just had sort of an odd aspect, and I don't know why we added that to our ordinance.
Well, I think it's a good thing.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess perhaps we thought it was doing the people a favor that they know ahead of time before they went through the construction. But the way the statute reads is how most towns' ordinances are also.
Have they been told yet what their new taxes are?
No, she hasn't, they would be told anyway until she does an audit. You place the audits on the books in September, mid-September, I guess September 13th, so you get date.
So it was an empty lot and they built a new home?
Correct.
Yeah, it was subdivided is what happened. I don't know if you noticed over there, you've got, it was an older house.
Yeah,
Someone put
I
this
know.
big addition on it, and then they built, they subdivided, and someone else bought the other property and built a house
So what was the lot assessed for?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Usually the
That-
money in lieu of is only on the new addition, or,
It-
The
The
improve,
abatement is only on the construction
right, it's only on the improvements. yeah.
improvement, so.
So how does this, like, is there a timeline that if I built something 5 years ago, can I come back and say I want to?
No, you have 30 days within the date of completion.
And a CO being issued,
I'm sorry.
and a CO being issued.
Well, that's essentially completion.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're saying the
Tell my
CO
client
hasn't
that.
been issued yet?
I don't know, it looks like.
The CO hasn't been issued yet?
It had not yet been issued. It may have been issued between last council meeting and this council meeting. I don't know that for sure.
is this the ordinance that deals with rehabilitation throughout the city?
Not exactly, but sort of. This is under chapter 228, and it just talks about the improvements to residential dwellings, grants an exemption for periods of time. And we had put in the city shall regard the first 25,000, the assessor's full and true value of improvements for each dwelling unit, primarily and directly affected by the improvements as not increasing the value. So what it was supposed to be was this portion of that ordinance. We wanted to see people rehabilitate their properties.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
they had to increase the value by $25,000 before they got the benefit of it. And for new construction, it's really, it's 30% of the full value. Full, they don't get they get nothing for the first 30%.
What's the duration of the abatement? How long? 5?
5 years.
And does that go in increments?
Steps.
Five-
Steps
We
20
get a little bit more in lieu of each year?
30,
No, a little less.
A little less?
there's nothing in lieu we get,
Right.
we get taxes.
It's stepped out over 5 years, right?
Yeah, so
20% a year, right?
25, 20, 1,500, is that 5 years?
4.
So at the end of 5 years, they'd be paying full
Yeah.
property tax on it. But in the meantime, it would be stepped up.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we grant it and we say, okay, you get the abatement, and then a couple of years from now, a new council comes on here and someone wants to do the same thing and we don't do it, can they sue us? Can we be liable if we give it to one and not the other based upon the same scenario?
You're always worried about being sued.
Oh, look who's talking. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look
But
this-
I'll look around, I see a bunch of lawyers.
No, we have our discretion, and
Okay.
and I was talking to Jen, apparently our prior assessor was actually just granting these.
Okay, all right, that sounds,
I mean, it's-
all right, sounds reasonable then. Or whatever you say, Tom.
It's in the council's discretion.
Right.
I just want to, I'm just bringing it up.
Okay.
Like a straw vote, just to
Okay.
clear it for the assessor. We normally, apparently Sean Gaskell just sort of granted them as a matter of procedure.
Okay. All right, so we've got a track record of doing it like that. Okay.
And this is the first one that's come to council? All the other ones were done through the tax assessor?
This is the first one I've presented
Okay.
on the residential
Okay.
Is that going to be the practice in the future?
if you'd like it to be.
I think, personally, I think
Yeah.
it should be. Okay?
I would agree.
No,
I agree that,
no, I'm not. Not even at home. Okay.
Mr. Smith, just a point of clarification, if I may.
Sure.
The program sunsets at the end of this year.
At 2025, doesn't it?
The program sunsets at the end of this year,
This is 2024, I thought it.
December 31st, 2024.
Okay, my mistake, I thought it was
Okay.
2025. Yes. So that's a whole other issue we'll deal with.
Yes.
Whether we want to extend that or not.
Yeah.
And I think we ought to probably look at and change it to, they have to apply ahead of time. I like to see what they're gonna build if
Yeah, I
they're
agree.
gonna ask for a tax
I agree,
abatement.
yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, it's, unfortunately, nobody does it that way. I mean, nobody is adhering to that portion of the ordinance. I mean, they're following the statute. I mean, we just sort of threw that in.
Okay.
But,
Feel free to draft that ordinance.
I will, actually, I will, but, you know, I think that the council has to consider, you know, when you mentioned earlier, when it was put in place, we weren't as strong, the town wasn't as strong as it is now.
220,
Yeah,
Foreclosures,
right,
Yeah,
there's a lot
that's
of that
right.
going
Yeah.
on.
I mean, it's,
And just one other thing, you know, it's a tax abatement as opposed to a pilot, you know, that we're gonna evaluate what somebody does to their home as far as an addition and so forth. I don't know if we wanna get that into that and just leave it at, you improve the assessed value of your home, you're getting a certain percentage discount. But that's a debate for later. I know a lot of guys have other stuff to do tonight, so.
Well, no, actually, I know, we could stay here all night, Sean, as far as I care.
Put it out there. So, you
Hey,
know,
Ray,
you know.
I got a question.
this was not supposed to be the long argument discussion.
This was supposed to be an easy,
Quick, normally with abatements, they're given out to commercial properties, not residential, is that correct?
No.
no.
No, that's not.
No?
Just new
It was
development.
both.
New
Okay.
development,
Yeah,
Okay.
this is just the residential aspect of it.
Okay, let's vote.
I mean, like I said, this has been flying under the radar. It's just, new assessor raised the issue and just bringing it to council and the new assessor will be advised that Councilman Bill likes this new procedure.
Yes, I do.
And so do I.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing.
I guess I'll get the ball rolling as far as the straw vote's concerned. I'm opposed to giving it. They should have done it before they built the property, not after the property.
I'm opposed also based on the same reason.
Mr. DePamphlis?
You know,
It's just
if
simple
we do
question.
this, I'm afraid what might happen
Right.
if they tell anybody. I'm opposed that right now.
Mr. Chairman?
I'm for it. I go yes. I mean, it's our code.
Mr. Owen?
I would have to concur with Councilman Howard Dill. No.
Mr. McCary?
I have to say that I don't oppose it because it's right there, it's right now, we've been doing it, so we should be consistent.
I'm opposed to it.
Okay.
I don't, I agree that it should be done before, it's an incentive to develop, not after the fact, so I have a problem with that part of it. And I also do think we need to look at it and change what we need to change. Although it's up at the end of the year, you said, right?
The lawyer over there said it was up.
You know,
I thought it was up in 2025.
Don't mistake me for a lawyer. I just can read, that's all. And we have internet service, so
We
I
had
know.
this discussion before us when it was, we all were aware
All right.
that the sunset is coming upon us. So,
Regardless,
I have
we
take
need
a
to look
whether
at it. We need to look at it.
Proactive action to rescind it or proactive action to.
And what committee does that fall under? Redevelopment or construction or?
That's your choice.
Zoning?
That's your choice, President of Council.
I think it goes to parking.
Parking, that makes it easy, okay.
Just a point of order.
That'll be your choice.
There's a tax committee, there's a tax assessor, election committee.
We have a tax liaison, I
Yeah.
believe. I don't know if we have a tax committee, but
Yes, we do.
Okay.
at least liaison to the tax office.
Okay. Well, that was a long discussion. They're all at once.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Thank you
That's the
for
only
bringing
thing
it
I
to our
have to
attention.
report
Okay.
on.
All right. committee reports? Anyone? Oh, Mr. Snyder, do you have anything? for us?
Just that the state aid application for this year's fiscal year, New Jersey DOT application was submitted for Ambler Road. So we'll hear back usually in September or October for that.
Okay. great.
Thank you.
Any committee reports to offer?
Madam President?
Yes.
This past Monday night, the Summers Point Arts Commission, they met here at 6 PM. And they're looking forward to Poetry in the Park. It's on Sunday night, 6 PM. I'm sure Sean would like to join and come up with some poetry. And everybody's looking forward to it. And just last Saturday with the garden tour, the Arts Commission, they had a free open house over at the senior building / community center. And we got to display all the third grade Dawes Avenue students had made various paintings and stuff. Jenny, who's the art teacher, Jenny Swift, she really did a great job working with the kids, bringing that forward, as well as Shana Cottrell. I know she's not here tonight, but she's also in the Arts Commission.
Just jumping in, Madam President, on the Garden Club, there was an article came out in Shore Local, very positive on the, on that day and what the Garden Club does. And I'd like to thank all those volunteers in the Garden Club for all their hard work. EDAC met on Monday night. There will be a signage going up on the beach for Do You Love Summers Point, to try to get more people to sign up for that, so that they can stay in contact with what's going on in the city. And we also did get an update from Mr. Hopkins on the farmers market and how that's proceeding this year.
Any other committee reports? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the regular minutes from the June 13th, 2024 meeting and the executive session meeting minutes of the same date, approved as content only? Need a motion, please.
So moved.
That motion.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. We'll move on to ordinances. Ordinance number 4.
Ordinance number 4 of 2024, amended an ordinance vacating a portion of Oak Lane in the city of Summers Point, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey.
This is our second reading, so may I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 4.
Good evening, members of council. Keith Davis, Nemeth Davis and Goldstein. I'm here on behalf of R2F2 Inc., which is the developer of a 201-unit residential development on and around the existing Great Bay Country Club. We've been working on this project with the city and the planning board for the better part of over 2 years now. The planning board has approved of the subdivision and site plan to allow for these units. We will be going back to the planning board to tweak the plan somewhat to deal with the 43 low and moderate income units that are part of this inclusionary development, all of which was provided for in a court-ordered settlement agreement that I'm sure council is well aware of. The way in which our project is laid out provides access from an existing public right-of-way known as Oak Lane. It has never been improved. What we are proposing is to improve a portion of Oak Lane as it meets Summers Point Mays Landing Road, and then vacate the back of Oak Lane, and it will become part of the overall project site. The developer does not expect the city to have any maintenance obligations for the portion of Oak Lane that is to be improved. It will become an obligation of the homeowners association in terms of snow plowing, paving, maintenance, It will be bonded for, just as any site improvement would be bonded for, to make sure that the city's interests are protected. So if you have questions about the nature of the vacation, I'm here, I'm happy to entertain them. I know this is an issue that has been before council previously and has been discussed at length, but we wanted to be here tonight to be able to respond to and address any other issues that council may have with respect to this request, as it is a material part of this development in order to allow it to proceed.
Okay,
Madam President, can I ask a question?
yes.
The perpendicular part is what we're referring to,
That's right.
correct? When that initial work is done, that will be done by the developer?
That's right. No,
And so there will be that right from the start, correct?
that's right. Your city engineer will inspect the improvements to make sure they're acceptable and they're built according to appropriate standards and what is set forth on our site plan. There will be a performance guarantee posted to protect the town, to make sure that that improvement goes in according to plan, and there's a maintenance guarantee that will be required thereafter. So we'll follow all the legal requirements with respect to the improvement of that portion of Oak Lane.
One more question, if I may. The homeowners association that will be taking this over, I gather, once the developer leaves, that is not formed at this time, correct?
It is not, and there's a time period after the units are constructed, there's out sales, you have residents, and then over a period of time, the developer relinquishes seats on the HOA board, and the residents will take over management of the homeowners association. But we're going to provide in the homeowners association declaration that this portion of Oak Lane become an HOA maintenance obligation so that the city can require the HOA to do what it has agreed to do in the future as this development operates.
One more follow-up on that. Will there be an escrow account set up just in case something would happen there between when the developer and a homeowners association takes over to protect the city?
So the escrow obligation is in the form of inspection fees that are posted with the city to allow your city engineer to come out and conduct inspections, not just for this portion of Oak Lane, but for all the site improvements that are going into the property in question. There is a performance guarantee obligation, which is either a bond or a letter of credit, and then there's a maintenance guarantee, which is either a bond or a letter of credit. And there are certain time limitations upon which those can legally remain in effect, and we're going to follow those legal requirements.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Madam President, for a minute.
Yes.
Is the project, or is this portion that we're talking about fully designed at this point, or?
I mean, it's designed, engineering-wise, there's some tweaks that, as far as like landscaping and the fencing that we discussed for some of the neighbors, but as far as the
So those tweaks are, you're,
Excuse me, are you talking about the entire project, or are you just talking about the roadway? Because
yeah,
I believe council indicated that they intend to come back to the planning board, and there's going to be changes.
just to the lot upon which the 43 low and moderate income units are proposed.
But that is not completely finalized yet.
okay, well, I'm not.
I just want to make sure you're all on the
Sure,
same
sure. No, I'm just talking about, as Mr.
Oh.
Havercorn, the perpendicular portion of Oak Lane. You say it's been discussed with neighbors, and,
well, the design of the road is finalized.
yeah,
It was approved by the planning board.
yeah.
If there's any major revisions, it would obviously have to go, if there's like a change in the location where the road is.
Sure.
But sort of minor revisions such as landscaping, that doesn't require the planning board. I could work that out, with the developer.
But that's generally been worked out with the developer and the neighbors?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, my understanding is that there were requests made by a neighbor to incorporate landscaping and fencing improvements, and there was discussion with the project engineer. I wasn't privy to these discussions, but I understand there was with our project engineer, and it was agreed to. And that's something that we're going to show on plans that are going to be submitted to the planning board when we go back on that amended approval
Sure.
I mentioned.
And just one other thing, and I'm sorry, maybe I missed it, but there was discussions prior to today that that there would be some hold harmless agreements and whatnot. Is that still going to be in place
Yeah.
relative to this, and I'm not a lawyer, please forgive me, the liability on the street?
Yes,
on
I
the
prepared a
person on the
document.
street?
Your attorney made it better from the city's perspective.
I appreciate you saying that.
We don't have a finalized indemnification agreement. If you look at the amended ordinance, it actually calls for, there's going to be an insurance issue, there's going to be a construction issue, and a maintenance issue. So there's going to be three issues in connection with the indemnification agreement, and that is kind of subjective. It's relative to my final review.
But
Mr. Davis is correct, he's already prepared something, and we just have to get back to it.
but you're confident that we will reach that agreement relative to
Well, we don't
those?
file the vacation if this passes unless we have the agreement, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Davis knows that.
I'm sure we'll be able to
We're not
work it
gonna
out.
have a problem.
sure.
But the language in that agreement says that the developer and ultimately the homeowner association will defend, indemnify, and hold harmless the
Okay.
city of Summers Point in the event that there is any loss or casualty resulting from Oak Lane.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Thank you.
Very good.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you. Hi there.
I'm the wife of the owner of the property, 49 Mays Landing Road, which comes up next to the vertical portion.
Just state your name. for
My
the
name is
record.
Deborah Harris Carf, and Richard Carf is the owner. I just had a couple of questions. I want to thank you for the maps that you were given, that we could look it over, the project details. We asked for a couple of changes, as he just stated, and I was told that those changes are being seriously considered, so we're happy. I would just like to know how many feet from the edge of the house will the road start, so we could walk it off ourselves and see exactly where it is. I don't know if you have that number yet.
Greg, do you know the?
I don't know
exact
from the
number?
house, I know from the property line.
From the property line, and the house is close to the property line, so that's pretty,
It's 5 feet from, the property line's 5 feet from the house, I believe.
Okay, so,
And then you have another,
so there's another 10 feet to the road.
another 10 feet to the road,
Curb.
to the curb
Yeah,
of the road.
of the road, yes.
Okay. And according to the visual map that I saw, the fencing was about 4 foot high, and then I wrote an email for another request that it be raised to 6 feet. And I understand that there's a lot of cooperation with that.
Yeah, I spoke to the engineer for the site, and I believe, Keith, correct me if I'm wrong, they agreed to the 6-foot high fence.
Yeah, I think you can. I think the only issue is I believe the town's ordinance restricting height limitations when you get within the front yard of property. But we're happy to seek that variance from the planning board. And Mrs. Carp, it would be nice of them to come out and ask for that at that meeting. That might help the planning board be able to grant that variance.
Okay, certainly willing to do that. All right, well, I thank you again. Well, is this a gated community? No, not a gated community, okay.
I mean, there's no physical gate
Oh,
that people will have to scan
right,
in order to gain access to it.
just an open road,
Correct.
okay. Oh, right, we decided, we had asked for the reversal of the fence and the shrubbery. So we have a similar situation in another area, and we know how it works, we have a history of this.
that was agreed.
And that was
to as
agreed
well.
to, yes. Thank you, that's what I wanted to say, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of you
I just need you to state your
Sure,
name.
Richard Carf, owner.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again. A lot of you have relatives, you know what a gated community is. I was thinking with Oak Road, when you develop it to be a road, that they have a security guard there. First of all, you're going to always get vandalism in nice communities. You could also regulate the traffic better, that it doesn't become a cut-through. But maybe the homeowners association, because it's supposed to be a nice community, that they would have a guard post there or a fob key to let you in, and you could regulate the traffic. Because I've had problems, I expressed it to the president of council that school buses have done a cut-through in my strip center a couple doors away. They do a U-turn there. They don't want to do the whole run. But if you have regulated traffic in that nice community that Lennar intends to build, I'm sure a guard would be helpful to have there, or the electronic gate that goes up and down. You're going to get people that belong to the country club that should be there, instead of having outsiders that come in there who you don't know. It would keep the values up and make the community nice. So I'd like the association to think about that. It could be done electronically, or it could be done by having a live person there. At your community where you live, do you have did you ever have a guard
No,
there?
no, we don't
No.
have guards, no.
Do you get any vandalism there?
No more than, no. It's very quiet,
That's good.
yeah.
So that's about it. I hope it becomes a good neighbor and the values go up for everyone. And thank you for your considerations.
Okay, thank you. Motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for discussion on ordinance number 4. May I have a motion for ordinance number 4, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm opposed.
Mr. Havercorn's opposed, okay. Resolution number 4 is adopted. Ordinance number 4, I'm sorry.
So just so I understand, the vote was 6-1?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you. Ordinance number 14, please.
Ordinance number 14 of 2024, bond ordinance providing for various improvements and acquisitions in and by the city of Summers Point in the county of Atlantic, New Jersey, appropriating $3,150,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,992,000 of bonds or notes of the city to finance part of the costs thereof.
May I have a motion for ordinance, to open to the public for comment on ordinance number 14, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 14. I have a motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 14?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 14 is adopted. Ordinance number 15, please.
Ordinance number 15 of 2024, bond ordinance providing for various sewer utility capital improvements in and by the city of Summers Point in the county of Atlantic, New Jersey, appropriating $1,510,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,510,000 bonds or notes of the city for financing the costs thereof.
This is also a second reading. May I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 15. Motion to close?
So
I'll make that
moved.
motion. Well, go ahead.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Could I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 15, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 15 is adopted. Ordinance number 16.
Ordinance number 16 of 2024, an ordinance fixing the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers and employees of the city of Summers Point, county of Atlantic, state of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 16. Motion to close?
Motion to
moved.
close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 16?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any comments? I just did want to clarify, there was some confusion on this ordinance. these are ranges for salaries, they're not raises, or they're not increases in every single category, they're just an ordinance we have to do every year to give the range of salaries. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 16 is adopted. Number 17.
Ordinance number 17 of 2024, an ordinance authorizing the city of Summers Point to accept a sum of money in connection with the state of New Jersey acquiring certain property on Route 9 owned by and located in the city of Summers Point.
Ordinance number 17, we will be going into executive session to discuss this. And
It would be held until
until after executive.
the resolution passes.
Right,
This would be held until after that.
okay.
Okay. Ordinance number 18, please.
Ordinance number 18 of 2024, an ordinance adopting a redevelopment plan for 900 Mays Landing Road designated as Block 2020, Lot 3, in an area in need of rehabilitation within the city of Summers Point, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey.
Mr. Smith, did you want to?
Make a motion first.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Well, do you want to comment first?
Everyone's familiar with this, this project. It's started in August 22, and the subject of our executive session last council meeting. It went to the planning board. If the planning board had suggested changes, which they did not, the memorandum that should be in your packet also, you would be required to discuss their proposed changes. There's no changes proposed, so the ordinance can proceed as is, and you can discuss it and do as you wish relative to the format, but this has been a long, arduous project that we finally brought down here. And the next step, assuming we get the first reading, would be a second reading at the next council meeting, and also a resolution relative to having the mayor authorized to sign the redevelopment agreement. The redevelopment agreement is quite lengthy, and I had thought I had passed that on to council, and I just sent myself another email. I apologize, but they'll have that to you by tomorrow. You can take a look at that. It's the draft, and I'll let Amanda Mazzoni fill it in with council from development. Thank you.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 18 is introduced. Ordinance. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Okay, ordinance number 19, please.
Ordinance number 19 of 2024, an ordinance amending Chapter 114, Article 27, Section 114-201, establishment of fees and escrows of the Code of the City of Summers Point to include zoning permit fees.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 19, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 19 is introduced. We'll move on to resolutions. Could I have a motion to open for public comment on resolutions only, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on resolutions only.
Good evening, John Helbig, 106 East Dawes Avenue. I just had a quick question on resolution number 168, the National Opioid Settlement Resolution. Was the city going to get money out of this?
We do get money out of it. It goes into a fund. They haven't told us how we can spend it yet. That's my understanding, right, Mr. Pro? Yeah.
What's happened with the Supreme Court today, does that throw this all into they threw that out, 5 to 4.
Exactly.
didn't they?
They threw out the bankruptcy issue relative to the family on.
The Sacklers.
We are settling matters with John Q. Company. that
Yeah.
was a
Ah,
global
okay, I
distribution.
see, okay.
So we're getting, I don't want to say small checks, but they're not exactly.
They're-
It's not the billions.
But they're adding up, they're adding up.
We're not doing the rehab center anymore. So
Good.
it's really, yeah, I read that article on the
Yeah,
Supreme
yeah.
Court, it's a little misleading.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Resolution number 116? 167?
Okay.
Resolution number 167 of 2024, Chapter 159, Resolution Fiscal Year 2024, Clean Communities.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments
This is something we get every year, is that correct?
to,
Clean communities?
yeah,
We
yeah,
get that every year.
yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 167 is adopted. Number 168?
Resolution number 168 of 2024, Chapter 159, Resolution National Opioid Settlement.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
Madam President,
Yes.
this, as was alluded to a few minutes ago, the amount of money that we're receiving here is a pittance compared to the amount of, just the money that it's cost us in this community through our police department, and just to say the human damage that's been done by this crisis that was created, it just, I'm certainly going to vote yes for this, but this is, it's almost a slap in the face. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 168 is adopted. Number 169.
Resolution number 169 of 2024, Contact Person for the Employment Practices Liability Attorney Consultation Service, Atlantic County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 169 is adopted. Number 170.
Resolution number 170 of 2024, Liquor License Renewals.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Madam President, if I could ask, and excuse my ignorance, what's the Frog Spring Corporation?
That's Mexicula.
Mexicula, okay. 821 is over here at the gas station, wherever that is. Mr. Smith, the liquor license has been reformed, and part of that was relative to a pocket license. I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but
Yes, it has, and I'm just trying to think. I read the legislation at least twice, I've had this discussion before. I'm not sure whether the pocket license used to be, you could only hold the pocket license for 2 years without use, and I think that's why you see certain places open up. for a
Right.
period.
Right, but now I think it's even that duration is shortened. I don't,
I'm not really sure now, I'm trying to remember. But the other issue with the pocket license was if you had a pocket license, you could then transfer that pocket license to another municipality. That was the other issue with the pocket
Yeah.
license.
okay.
If you want, I'll get you the answer tomorrow.
Well, it may be something to look into, and we should probably touch base relative to that property on other matters.
It's, ABC is cognizant when it's a pocket license
Sure.
still.
Thank you.
We don't want any holes in the pockets, right?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 170 is adopted. Number 171.
Resolution number 171 of 2024, full-time hiring of Caitlin Pereira.
May I have a motion, please?
So
Move
moved.
that motion.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 171 is adopted. Number 172,
Resolution number 172 of 2024, resolution authorizing and supporting applications for sustainable Jersey grants.
may I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 172 is adopted. Number 173,
Resolution number 173 of 2024, authorizing executive session, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer, the nature of the matters to be discussed described as fully as possible without undermining the need for confidentiality, advice of counsel and attorney-client privilege communication regarding the contractual negotiations relative to the New Jersey Department of Transportation acquiring certain real property owned by the city of Summers Point on Route 9.
may I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 173 is adopted. We'll be going into executive session at the end of the rest of our business, but we will most likely be taking action after executive session. Resolution number 174,
Resolution number 174 of 2024, authorizing advertisement of RFP for basic life support emergency medical service response and transportation services.
may I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 174 is adopted. Under old business, you have a committee assignment list in your packet, just made one change. Mr. Habercorn is going to take over on their Recreation Board, as Mr. McCary's schedule hasn't allowed him to make too many of the meetings, so he's asked to be removed from that one, and Mr. Habercorn's going to take care of that for us.
Okay.
I didn't make any other changes. Anybody have any old business to discuss? Hearing none. Under new business, we need approval for social affair permit application for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society of New York for an event on October 3rd, 2024, from 6 to 10 p.m. at Great Bay Country Club. Everybody okay with that? I assume all their paperwork is in? Yep. Okay. Everybody's shaking their head yes, just for
Yep.
the record.
Sounds good.
Any other new business to discuss? Hearing none, could we discuss the bills, Mr. Frost?
Certainly. This evening, we have a bill list in the amount of $197,404.69. $484.69, excuse me. We have two record payments dated June 14th, one in the amount of $1,840.29, and the other in the amount of $600, as well as an additional record payments dated June 24th for $1,088.52.
Thank you. Could I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment. If you wish to speak, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, could I have a motion to close?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Could I have a motion to pay the bills, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Madam President?
Yes.
If I may, on page 3 of the bill list, two-thirds of the way down, there are 3 bills that total of $44.98. I wish to recuse myself from judgment on those bills. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Frost, we can pay the bills. Any further comments from the governing body?
I do.
Okay.
Anybody that would like to come out and walk with us on Mondays, we'll be behind City Hall at 8:30 this week for a stroll down the bike path. We've been getting about 12 to 14 people a week, and it's been a nice effort. So if you want to come out and meet some of your neighbors, please do.
Great.
Sounds great.
I would have walked with you had you walked with the lawn, but
Mr. Smith, you look like you had it by the time we walked by.
Okay, we'll go into executive session. We'll take a 5-minute recess, and thank you, everyone.